gets the leadoff base hit. And a couple of good outings on the mound so far from each side. Mike Soroka going for the Braves. Now 20 consecutive scoreless innings for Soroka. He's on quite the run right now on the mound as Omar Obregon steps in. Switch hitter bats from the left side. Curveball is bounced foul down that first base line by Obregon. And it's quickly now 0-2. Aaron Wilkerson, 5 scoreless innings. So far on the Shuckers side with 5 strikeouts. He's allowed just the 3 hits so far. He had a no-hitter through 6 2/3 innings against these guys not too long ago. He's just swinging a ground ball towards second. Backhanded play by Dupont. And he throws out Obregon to start the 6th. Obregon, Acuna, and Demerit. Join us tomorrow for another Family Fun Day Sunday. First pitch is at 5:05 here at MGM Park. Family Fun Day every Sunday at MGM Park. If you haven't experienced it, you should tomorrow. Pre-game autographs from Shuckers players on the concourse. As Acuna shoots one foul out of play down that right field line. Bring your glove and a baseball and play catch on the field after the game. Plus, you can receive a family 4-pack ticket package, 4 reserve tickets, 4 hot dogs, chips, and sodas for just $60. That's tomorrow for another edition of Family Fun Day. And tomorrow, for Family Fun Day, personal invitation. Bird Zerk will be here tomorrow, the whirly bird himself. Will play tricks on players, coaches, umpires, and maybe even you. You know who I'm talking to. 0-2 the count on Acuna as he pulls one foul down that third base line. I have never seen Bird Zerk in person.
Well, you're in for a treat. I've never seen him either.
I'm looking forward to it. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball just misses out the outside corner. One of my favorite acts when I was a kid going to games, minor league baseball, was the Blues Brothers.
Okay.
They had the old police car. They were funny. Love those guys. They're not doing it anymore. 1-2 pitch misses down and away. The breaking ball from Wilkerson. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Did they have the blessing of the Belushi estate and Dan Aykroyd? Or was it unlicensed?
It was unlicensed, but I don't know. I'm assuming it was unlicensed. They look like the characters.
You put you and me in suits and we'd look like the characters.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. But they had the suits, they had the hats, and they were really entertaining before, during, and after the game. Some great entertainment acts. One of my favorites is First Circus. They'll be here later this summer. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Acuna. Pitched by Wilkerson. Foul back over us and out of play. 19-year-old Ronald Acuna batting .321. 4 home runs and 20 RBIs. Young superstar in this Atlanta Braves organization. Looks out towards the 28-year-old Aaron Wilkerson. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, foul back again and out of play. Acuna is from Guadalajara, Venezuela. Made the quick jump last year through the organization, skipped the high A level. Last year came up from high A Florida after a short stint this year to double A. The 2-2 pitch is skied out towards left center field. Davis moves over into the gap. He'll make the catch out there, and that's the second out here in the 6th inning. So 2 outs after the Obregon ground out. A fly out to center by Acuna. Now 4 straight sat down by Wilkerson, and it brings in Travis Demerit, the all-star third baseman. We'll wrap up the homestand on Monday with another Military Monday presented by Keesler Federal Credit Union. Wilkerson is at 76 pitches through 5 2/3 innings as he delivers a strike to Demerit, who's 0 for 2 so far today. Another Good start on his way to another quality start. Would be his 5th. 1 pitch on the way, a big breaking ball taken out. He's being the picture of consistency in this rotation this year for Biloxi. This is the turn and a half of the rotation with the birth of his daughter Ava. 1-1 pitch on the way to Demerit, misses down and away for a ball, now 2-1. 3.26 ERA for Wilkerson in April, 3.23 ERA for Wilkerson in May. ERA at 3.66 coming in. I'm sure it'll be right around 3.3 right now during the month of June. So he's been Mr. Consistency. 2 wins in April, 2 wins in May. And he'd love to get his 2nd win in June here tonight. Pitch misses high. Now 3-1 on Demerit. Inning is extended. Sal Giardina, the first baseman, is next. Fastball there. He blows it by him. And a full count now, 3-2. We have the pull shift on for Demerit. Second baseman Dubon playing right behind the bag at second base. Fastball in, misses. And that's ball 4. Both of the walks for Wilkerson have come now with 2 outs. And it gives Sal Giardina, who was the recipient of the other walk back in the 4th inning, a chance here with 1 on and 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th inning. No score, Shuckers and the Braves. So tomorrow at 5:05, hope to see you here at the ballpark. Join Schooner and Bird Zerk at MGM Park tomorrow. Gates will open at 4 o'clock. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon and bring a friend. Maybe several of them if you have them.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
2 outs for Giardina. 0 for 1 officially so far as Wilkerson not his best move. Throws over to check on Demerit. 5 stolen bases on the year for Travis Demerit. Giardina playing first base for the 2nd consecutive game. Switch hitter batting from the left side here. And has that Sid Bream look. Probably because of the mustache, mainly.
And the jersey he's wearing.
Well, and the jersey and kind of the batting setup a little bit. His stance. Similar. 1-0 pitch on the way now to Giardina. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. Good curve ball from Wilkerson.
Who was it a few weeks back that we thought was reminiscent of Willie McGee? I just remember Willie McGee came up at some point on the broadcast. You remember? No?
I remember bringing it up, but I can't remember off the top of my head who that was. 1-0 pitch hit hard, but foul down that first base right field line. Probably somebody we won't see again from like Montgomery, or I don't think it was Chattanooga. Willie McGee was at a minor league game somewhere out in California recently.
I'd love to get my picture with Willie McGee.
He was one of my favorite players growing up. Those Cardinals teams in the late 80s. Jack Clark, Tommy Herr, Willie McGee. Of course, the Wizard, Ozzie Smith. Pitching staff with Danny Cox and Bob Tewksbury. Some fireworks going on. Looks like over towards Ocean Springs. The bridge over there.
Time of year when on weekends you have your summer festivals.
Do you have, up in Minnesota where you grew up, I have the tent set up for selling 4th of July fireworks? There's a line drive out towards shallow left field coming on. Coulter, he slides, he can't get to it. He can't find the baseball, and now Johnny Davis goes back to pick it up. Rounding third base, coming in to score is Demerit. And we'll see how they score it. You can tell Clint, he couldn't really tell if he wanted to dive for it or to play it on a hop, got caught in between. It scoots past him and scores a run. Now 1-0 Braves as with 2 outs here in the sixth inning, the Braves strike first, and then they did 1-0. Out to the mound, Chris Hook with a visit. And there's a look at those fireworks.
You asked me a question about the fireworks. The only fireworks that are legal in Minnesota are the ones that stay on the ground. So as soon as you cross the border into Wisconsin, you see a bunch of fireworks stores. And making that trip several times, going back and forth from school, you get a lot of exposure to the fireworks stores.
There's usually the burn laws or the different laws in different counties and states.
And of course,
where there was no holds bar on fireworks. You could buy the $500 package,
right?
Black Cats.
The only fun ones are the ones that are projectiles.
Oh yeah, I shot so many bottle rockets growing up. Back to baseball. Let's get back to baseball. 2 outs here in the top of the sixth inning. 1-0 Braves after it was scored as a straight double off the bat of Giardina. Here's a swing and a line drive into shallow right field. Going to get down a base hit. Michael Choice comes up with it. They won't test his arm this time. And stopping at third base is Giardina. And now first and third with 2 outs. 2 on, 2 out in a 1-0 ball game. As Curcio has a base hit to right. And it brings in Cade Civic, now the catcher.
Catcher number 22, Cade Civic.
So a straight double is how they scored it, as Demerit scores on that play on the Giardina double. Keith Curcio with a single to right. Back-to-back hits against Wilkerson, and now activity going to begin in that Shuckers bullpen. Well, we see the debut of his song, signed today by Milwaukee. So minor league contract. Breaking ball, first pitch is in there, a strike to Cade Civic. Civic so far today 1 for 2, his average at 280. That may be one they look at to go back and see if an error should be charged, but right now it at least is a straight double for Giardina. Pitch the dirt low, bounces up the plate, good block up there by Nottingham. Keeps it in front of him. Now it's 1 ball, 1 strike on the Braves catcher.
It was at the very least a misplay, turning a single into an extra base hit.
Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Check on that runner at first base. Back in goes Curcio. Josh Ewan is who is warming up in the Shuckers bullpen. Get up yesterday one time. Here's a 1-1 pitch on the way now to Civic. 1-0 Braves here in the 6th inning. Pitch outside, the RBI for Giardina, his 5th. He's over third base now. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch count for Wilkerson is at 90 now, through 5 2/3 innings. With 2 outs, the Braves have rallied here. A 2-out walk extended the inning. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball popped up into shallow center field. Johnny Davis coming on. He calls off Dubon, and Johnny makes the catch for the 3rd out. So a pop out to shallow.